Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody out there. How are we today?
Good.
Very, very glad to hear it. Welcome to RVTV. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell thingy if you want to know when we're on. We have a very special guest today, Mr. Eugene, who I haven't seen in a long time. So welcome, Eugene. Sorry?
There's an echo.
There's an echo? Okay.
I haven't seen it.
Hello.
No, I think, there's an echo, yeah.
Oh, really?
Someone's got the YouTube on or something?
No echo here.
Hang on, it might be my iPhone, is it? No?
I did have YouTube on in the background, but it was on mute. So is there still an echo?
Yeah, I go on mute.
No, I had YouTube on in the background, so that might have been the reason. Anyway, take yourself off mute, Eugene. I think it's all good. How are you? I haven't seen you in a long time.
We're losing.
I think I'll hold on. I still hear the echo on my side. I'm not sure why. I'll hop out and hop back in again.
Okay.
Right?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, how's Simon Says and Kev the camper van man?
Pretty good.
I'm subdued today.
Is that what you call it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't normally drink much, do I? So
Yeah, no, fair enough.
I'm not used to it. I had about 9 cans, I think, last night.
Bloody hell. What are you drinking?
I had some Molson's.
Molson's? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's Canadian, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's brewed over here. It's Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had 4 Holstons as well.
Wow. Nice one.
Holston
How's that for you, Eugene?
But I think it's my problem. I had the YouTube on.
You sound good now, yeah.
No, it's better. Yeah.
So how are you? Long time no see.
I'm doing well. I'm going through my sabbatical at the moment, and somehow or another, I thought when I was going through my sabbatical, I'll do more shows, right? But somehow or another, it went like all the way down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Oh.
Yeah. You get more lazier when you go into sabbaticals. I guess.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Right, so let's get cracking. I think I'm going to let you guys do most of the talking today because
It's not like you.
yeah, exactly. Pretty sure that most people fed up with the sound of my voice. So let's start. Spurs versus Fulham. The lineup was Vicario, Porro, Romero, VDV, Udogie. Emerson came on for him. Unfortunately, got injured. Højbjerg, Sarr. Skippy came on in the 62nd minute. Kulu, Madison. Lo Celso came on in the 82nd. Richie,
No. Wait. It wasn't Emerson. It was Davis first. We had Ben Davis on.
This is Fulham. It's Fulham. Yeah.
Fulham game. Monday.
Fulham game. On Monday.
Or Tuesday
I
for
thought
you.
it was, no. Wasn't it Ben Davis?
Yeah, no, that was Palace. That was Palace on Friday.
So that's Palace on Friday. Oh, you're talking about Fulham Monday. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
We were away, right? No wonder you had it the other way around.
No, we were at home, weren't we?
Oh, okay, we're home. Yeah, Palace, we were away. Yeah, I'm smart.
Your sabbatical is going to your head.
Yeah. My brain is dying. Yeah. My brain is dying. Oh yes, Spurs. Yeah, Fulham. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm back where we are supposed to be now.
Then Johnson came on for Richie in the 81st minute, and Son up front, and Velez came on for him in the 82nd minute. Another comfortable win.
Yeah.
So, guys.
Did we win? We won?
Yes, we won.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? Hasn't happened in a long time, has it?
Yeah. No, we won. Yeah, we haven't lost yet, right? That's the big surprise.
Another 2-0.
Yeah, not 2-0. But to tell the truth, right? I think Vicario did very well because if he didn't do that well, right, we could have been 1 or 2 goals down before we scored.
Well, the Paulinho header was an especially special save.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that he gets down, you know, he reminds me a bit of Loris. he can get down, and then you get people like Forster who,
can't get down.
he can't. I mean, he's 6'7" or something like that. So it's kind of it's difficult. I know the feeling.
And he's a disappointment to women, right? If you can't get down, right?
Oh Jesus! Not even past the 10-minute watershed, and I like it.
We don't care, right? Yeah, we don't care. It's Jens, right? I've been doing shows with Jens for so long. I mean, I haven't done shows with him, but we used to do shows like this a lot.
Yes, we certainly did. Yeah.
It's a good point about Vicario, because do you know, when you get games like that where the keeper, the least busiest person on the pitch, and to pull out saves like that is pretty phenomenal, really, because you stood there in your own goal mouth for ages. You've got to keep moving around so you don't seize up and all that. And then he's pulling off saves like that. Is I think he's one of. I mean, it's a massive debate in itself, but he's one of our best bargain signings that we've had, I think.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah, where we were all so upset that we didn't get Raya, right? And yeah, that was the big thing. But to tell the truth, right? During the preseason, he was a bit iffy to me, but as the games went on, he's proven his worth to be in. To wear that number one. No, he's not even wearing number one shirt at the moment, right? Is he? No. He is, right? Yeah, he's wearing.
Is he wearing number one? I'm not sure.
Yeah, and Laurie's giving it up. That's the thing. I'm not even sure what he's wearing.
The numbers don't mean anything anymore. I don't understand these fucking legacy numbers or anything now. I don't.
We got legacy numbers now. Yeah.
And then he got Ben Davies like 33 and stuff like that. I'm like, what? Hey,
yeah.
I think Simon, it makes the fans buy more shirts. Now we need that number behind. If you're wearing Son, you need that 805, right? So we'll get more jerseys, guys. Right? Fill the pockets.
I'm definitely going to go out and get Rowan Ricketts. I think he's something like 700 or something like that. And what a player he was, Gordon Bennett. Those were sad days.
But did you guys go through the list, the legacy number list?
I haven't. I didn't know what they were talking about. I saw Mickey Hazard posted up a tweet saying, "I'm now Mickey Hazard 525," and I was like, "What?
What does it mean?"
I reckon it was 5 foot 2.5 inches.
Yeah, he was never a big lad, was he? But bloody hell, what a player! What a player!
Yeah. What a player!
So, what do we think? The Sun goal.
I can't remember it.
Classic Sonny, wasn't it?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Classic Sonny, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was Richie who provided it as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Easy 5-yard pass to him, and he got a normal Son, right, on outside of the penalty box, stick it onto his right foot, smack it in. Was it left? Right, right foot.
In his right foot and went wide about 6 foot, something like that. And then he whacked it in top corner.
Yeah.
Specialist.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a comment from someone called. Oh, it's Eugene. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Big up, Olivia. And we got another one. Mark Smith.
Big up, Swifty. Big up, Swifty.
Nice to see you, Swifty.
Yeah.
Big up, all. Enoch out. Very, very true. And the second goal. I don't think anyone really remembers what happened in the Fulham game. It was only on Monday, for God's sake.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Son's goal was so good. I mean, forgot the other one.
But it was
who scored it?
It was a lovely goal for Maddison.
Oh yeah. He passed to Maddison and put it in. Yeah.
This is why we are one of the best YouTube shows, because nobody remembers.
I don't know if you saw the post-game interview with Maddison.
No, I didn't.
The guy asked him, so for the second goal, you two got in each other's way. Maddison was like, no, Sonny got in my way. I'll have a word with him about that later.
Oh yeah, there was one goal that they ran into each other, right? You gonna shoot or I'm gonna shoot, right?
You've got to
score the goal, No, but guys, I think you know why, right? When we're doing so well and we keep winning, right? And we just keep forgetting, we won, so it's okay. That's why we can't remember the game.
It is kind of amazing, isn't it? But you've got to love the Maddison's enthusiasm. and how much he seems to love being here. Obviously, he said about Son just seems to welcome absolutely everybody. He's got that infectious personality, and everyone who comes into the team, I think he's probably one of the first people who walks up to them and says, "Yeah, welcome to the team, guys. It's great to have you here. Work hard, and we'll do well." And that seems to have maybe it didn't work so much during Conte and Mourinho times, but that's more to do with the manager as well. When you've got someone like Postecoglou in the background who breathes positivity rather than the last two that we've had. And
I think what Ange has done is he's lifted the burden of the responsibility from the players and onto himself. Yeah. So what he's done is that he's put this mental image into the players that you guys, whatever you do, right, you reflect on me and I will be responsible for your actions. And I just want you to go out there and play football, be happy, right? Make mistakes, no problem, because we're human, we make mistakes, right? So, but don't screw up too much, like, you know, some people on the pitch.
Yeah.
Speaking of screwing up, I mean, Richarlison, I've never been a fan of him from the start. He seems to have found is the only area that he plays well is that top left corner of the pitch. Yeah. He provided the assist, of course, and like when he gets that on the touchline there, he's quick and he put 1-2s here and there, and he will link up the play well. Get him out of that like 10-yard corner of the pitch, and he's a nightmare. I've been watching him, like, especially that game and the Palace game as well. And it was like, well, I was counting, like all the touches he has, whether it's a pass or whether it's to win the ball or whatever, 8 times out of 10, it goes to the opposition. He messes it up. It's just inexplicable how he's still in the team.
We're gonna have a chat about that later.
Yeah. But no, the truth, right? When Richarlison, the saddest part about Richarlison, you can chat about it later. All right, I'm good.
Yeah, no, it's just it's one of the headings, and you've just completely ruined my show now. So.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Wait, Jens, that's what we're here for.
No, we're going to talk about that after talking about the Palace and and then.
No, but wasn't the Fulham game like, we had a couple of good chances and he didn't put it behind the net, right? So
he can't. Every time he shoots, he's off target.
Yes, that is a big problem. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Does anyone have anything else to say about the Fulham game before I go on to who you thought man of the match was?
We're going to win a double.
Well, I think we're fortunate, obviously, to be playing Fulham at a time when they sold probably their only decent player.
Paulinho is good. Paulinho is good.
Yeah, he's all right. And they've got literally nobody up front that could stick a ball in the net anyway. So it was we were able to control the game, which is good.
But Calvin Bassey as well. He was signed from Rangers to Ajax signed him from Rangers. Big money as well. And he was going to be the next best thing. And all of the Ajax fans that, I live in the Netherlands and I work with a lot of Ajax fans, or I used to. I don't work with a lot of football fans anymore, which is a real shame. But they were like, this guy is absolutely useless. What a ball looks like. It was... And he basically was involved in both of our goals.
Yeah,
probably should have been involved in we should have had another couple. I don't want to dig him out. I have done, but he's not good enough. If he's not good enough for the Eredivisie, he's not good enough for the Premiership. Definitely. Yeah. So, but anyway, man of the match. Kev, you're very quiet.
I know.
I say the camper van man. You're very quiet.
Yeah, I personally thought Udogie.
Yeah,
he covered a hell of a lot of territory in the midfield, and bearing in mind Basuma wasn't playing as well. You see, so he was my man of the match because he was an engine in the midfield, and it's something he's not really used to, but he performed well then.
Yeah, but that's also pretty bloody special because he only played till the 56th minute.
Yeah,
so, you know this guy is special.
He is special. Yeah.
Made his debut, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, no, made his full debut against England, didn't he? Yeah. And had a good game. Set up their first goal. The Italians. Yeah. I think we've got a real
prospect.
We can look at that as maybe one of the signings of last season because obviously we lent him back to, I can't remember which Italian club it was. Was it Lazio?
Udinese.
Udinese. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we've got a very decent player there.
Complete footballer, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I think we'll be still missing him, right? Because we did see it in the Crystal Palace match how much we missed him.
Yeah.
Right. So but we'll go into that. Man of match for me, I'll say Vicario. Right.
Yeah.
If Vicario didn't stop that Paulinho header, I'm not sure what will happen. Right. But I've got confidence we'll come fight back. But the thing is that giving all the slack that he's been getting, you know, after what's happened, so he deserves some kudos at the moment.
Yeah,
definitely. Simon,
Pabi Sarr for me, man of the match. He's I've said before, he's like Bugs Bunny. He's here, there, and everywhere. Wants to do everything. Wants the ball all the time. His awareness is absolutely incredible. Summed up by late in the game where Fulham did a cross into the box. And he was watching the play develop, jogging back from the halfway line, and it's right at the other side of the pitch. And he saw the unmarked Fulham player at the back, and he zoomed in, and his awareness is incredible, and headed it out when it would almost certainly have felt to him. Whether he's good enough to score it, I don't know, but it was an incredible clearance, and the fact that he'd seen it and. It's not really his job and everything, and it was just that's for me that one thing summed him up as a player. I think it's exactly the kind of player you want in your team every single week because you know you're going to get 1,000% from him, and he's technically gifted. And you know, if you lose the ball, he's the first one to get it back, and he does get it back, and it's bloody brilliant, absolutely bloody brilliant.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to go with Maddison.
Yeah, because you choose the easy one. Why do you got to choose the easy one? Why do you got to choose the easy ones?
Well, no, I think it's wonderful that everybody's had a different one today. But yeah, well, you know, why not? Means I don't have to do too much work, Eugene. So. But I think he was here, there, and everywhere. His decisions are not always great. But he's still 26, still a relatively young player. He's got his best years ahead of him. I think he will go on to become more of a Spurs legend than Eriksen. I know a lot of people don't think that Eriksen is a Spurs legend, but I think he had some magnificent seasons for us before. Unfortunately, the last one or one and a half was really bad. So,
but for Maddison, I think he's our missing link.
Yes, definitely.
Our missing link for all these seasons, right? The way he surprisingly, a lot of people said that he couldn't carry the ball, he couldn't dribble past people and all that, and we see him doing it a lot this season, right? Yeah, and his passes and all that. So I guess a good choice. Yes.
He's, as you say, we've been missing that player since Eriksen. We've been missing that playmaker, and he's come in and as we said earlier, his enthusiasm for being at the club and for his teammates, he seems to have really embraced the Tottenham scene. And the fans and being here and, the stadium, obviously, the stadium's not as good as the one behind me. I don't think, because of those big poles in the East Stand. I used to love standing behind those. The whole match like this. Yes. But he's been a revelation. He's been a breath of fresh air. And I'm really, really happy that he's here. So far we're 21 minutes in, and all I've done is talk. So,
yeah.
I was going to say,
Can we swear it? Can we swear it?
Just warming up.
just warming up. No, I was just going to say, come on, Kev. I know that the camper ban is on your mind, but
yeah.
Can we just talk about like why the fuck Dyer is still on the bench? Like, why is he even?
Nobody wants to buy him
with the club. Yeah, well, yeah, there is that, I suppose. But
I think you got it in a nutshell there, Eugene. No one wants to buy him.
Like,
I think he'd do it. Yeah, sorry.
Can we just send him out on loan or something?
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to go, he can't send him out.
Did anyone see? Sorry, did anyone see the Roden tackle that he took down against Leeds United yesterday? No. Guy was on a goal and he ran behind and got the ball off him just as he was about to pull the trigger. It was bloody good. Really good. Yeah.
Was it like Ledley with against what's his name? That Dutch geezer who I absolutely hated. Against Chelsea.
It was like Van der Veen.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was
yeah, it was like that. Yeah, it was just he got him and got his leg in front of him, booted it out for a corner, I think, or something. But it was a good one. It's on YouTube and all that.
Yeah,
Roden.
I still don't understand what went wrong with Joe Roden. He was so highly rated.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But he can play for Wales, right? But he can't play for us. And Ben Davis, who should not be playing for us, is playing for Wales too. So I don't get that question. What's wrong there? So I don't know about Roden. Maybe, and the sad part is that he wasn't even given a chance for the system and all that. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah. But he's on loan, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is,
yeah. Maybe he'll come back. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, then let's move swiftly on to Friday's game. Palace versus Spurs. Line up: Vicario, Porro, Romero, VDV, Davis. Emerson came on for him at half time. Bissouma, Højbjerg is 64 minutes. Sarr, Kulu, Bentancur, in the 90th minute. Madison, Hill, in the 89th minute. Richie, Johnson,
Oh, Johnson was a good one, yeah.
And some. So I think most people will agree, not the best first half we've seen this season.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just gonna say, I'll get this off my chest. Right. Palace are shit. Now I'm not just saying this because like I'm a Spurs fan, but they are shit. The only reason we didn't score a hatful of goals in that first half is because they kept fouling us all over the pitch. And I don't know what kind of money they bunged the referee, but you know they should have been down to 8 men by half time.
He was awful. He was awful.
I could not believe
got kicked pieces, didn't he?
The amount of Achilles heels that were being stood on.
I've got a theory for that, right? It's called the payback from the PGMOL.
Yep, from the Liverpool game. Yeah,
it's just payback.
What's that got to do with us?
That was handball. The goal was handball, right? But okay, the first half is that what Simon says is correct, right? They were like bulldozing us, kicking us to left and right.
They're crap. Like they can't string passes together. They can't shoot. They've only got Jordan Ayew, who's only half decent, and
they were missing their two best attacking players.
He's amazing.
Yeah,
you know they just.
Our problem was, you know what? It's very simple. Ben Davis. That's why we didn't have the greatest first half. Yeah. We couldn't go forward on the left. Did you notice that? And
I disagree with you there, Eugene. He made him. He didn't have many touches, but he did put himself all up and down that wing. You know, he was. You know, 1 minute he's right down the corner flag, and then he's up the other corner flag. You know, I keep seeing him
running up and down without the ball, and he keeps going to the center circle. I know that's what the inverted fullbacks are supposed to do, but without the ball, and that more or less, I don't know, maybe the confidence of the rest of the back line wasn't there. Maybe that's why we were a bit shitty.
I think that's probably the reason for that. I mean, I don't think he did much wrong, but he wasn't anything on fire either. But the thing is, you've got that that at the back there now and midfield as well, where they're getting used to playing with each other. And Davies has not been part of that, so he might well make himself available, and that's what he's supposed to do. But they probably won't use him because they're thinking, right, we know what we're doing these last 8 games. Davies hasn't been featured in that, so they don't use him.
But I think, Simon, that was more like a test for Davis, because we are so used to having Udogie there and the quality that he has, right? But once you take Udogie out, right, when that level drops, we see it so clearly. And when the time, when he was changed and Emerson was brought in, right, that completely changed the whole dynamic of our whole, squad, how they play, the confidence, the levels that they had. So I guess the first half, but I was very upset when we were up 1-0 and we kept holding the ball and just stood there, and I was going, what the fuck are you guys doing?
But that's a tough place to go.
But that's the thing. It's like once we went 1-0 up and then 2-0 up, like throughout that period, we knew that we could control this game. If you notice when they came out the second half, clearly what the game plan was, it was like, they aren't going to come and challenge us. They're not going to go and press it. They are the team with the most 0-0s this season. So clearly the message was we need to go up speed-wise, pace-wise, the next gear whenever we want. And it's about keeping control of the game. That's why they're doing that from the back. It's like, we're 2-0 up, we're 1-0 up, we're 2-0 up. Come at us. Do you know what I mean? You're the onus is on you, Palace, to come and get this frigging ball. And if you do, we'll just change gear and then we'll go and create opportunities, which is exactly what they did throughout the whole of that second half as well. Just completely dominating the ball, 76% possession. The most that Palace could rely on was trying to get corners. I think they had like 14 corners to our 2. Yeah. And all they could do was foul. They're not good enough to compete with the likes of us. They knew that, and we knew that. And at halftime, that was a message that was drilled into our players. It's like, we now own this game. It doesn't matter that we're away from home. We completely own it. And that whole thing, I don't know if you saw it, is hilarious between Romero and Vicario, just passing back, 8-9 times.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's like, the onus isn't on us now. This isn't 0-0. We 1-2-0 up. And the onus is on you to come and get this ball in front of your own fans. Shame on you for not doing it. And if you do, we're like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, that's how the Son goal came along, right? You're not mistaken, yeah.
I do agree that Palace are not a great team. But I read a stat the other day that Anderson, what an absolute bastard for completely wiping out Gill. I used to like that guy.
Straight
but Anderson and Guay are the most solid, or in the top 3 of the most solid centre backs in the Premiership. They've conceded the least amount of goals,
hence the most 0-0 draws. Yeah.
And based on stats, right? I think Anderson has got the best, stats of all the defenders in the Premier League at the moment, right? So and come on, Brian Hill, when the wind blows, he'll fall over, so he doesn't need Anderson to smack him.
Going back to the referee, he has an average of giving out 6 yellow cards per game in every game he's done this season, and he was refusing to give out yellows. He was told, "Don't card him, don't card him," and it was brutal. It was brutal attacking.
And I think the yellow cards came out like in the last 10 minutes of the game, right? It was 3 yellow cards along the way. And we got 2, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
and they got 1.
We got 1 for doing something.
We got 1. Brennan Johnson, and Joachim Anderson and IU got for them.
Oh, so we got 1, they got 2.
They should have finished that game with 8 men on the pitch.
No, don't go there, right? Then they will call for replay.
Well, as we were talking about earlier, Super Vic, he made a couple of really good saves. One, IU, I think it was, down in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
The next one, I can't exactly remember, but his reflexes are so good.
Oh, mate, do you know what's good about it as well? It's one of those chances when there's like not even half chances, quarter chances, where they're like, they've got that flow of the game, and then they just, you just change it and just snatched at it, and then it's like most of the time they go in because nobody's expecting it because it's a change up from the pace of the build up. But his reflexes, like you say, were phenomenal, just phenomenal, and they I mean never really looked like scoring apart from that, and it was just we've got to make sure we keep hold of him. I know Forster's still number 2, isn't he? And he's fine goalkeeper, but my worry was with things like Vicario and things like Van der Ven as well. What a phenomenal game he had. When we play teams that aren't up to our level and all they can do is foul, and we've got a shit referee like we did. And my worry is the protection of our players and protection from injury, because you know the referee's not going to reimburse us, is he, for our injured players? So it's just a disgusting.
He's going to have a good laugh in the bar afterwards. Like, I fucked Tottenham up. Wait, come on, Arsenal.
Yeah.
No, but guys, okay. Crystal Palace did score 1, right? So do you think Vicario was?
That's handball, though.
Yeah. Do you think he?
We're getting on to that. So let's do that. Let's do that now. The joke that is VAR.
But I haven't finished talking about Supervic.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Now, when he first came, I'd seen obviously the clips, the YouTube clips, the videos, and everything, and I noticed that he smashes a lot of stuff away. He don't catch the ball as often, you know. And that was my one doubt about his play. But having seen him week in, week out on the telly, it's fine. He does it. He gets the ball away by hook or by crook, and he's got away with it so far because they haven't been able to follow up on anything like that. That's his first instance. Smash it away. Remove the threat. And that's what I like about it. Yeah,
that's the way that continental goalkeepers play. I think in England it's mainly you try and catch the ball. Yeah, but continental goalkeepers, if you watch other European matches, I'm not so sure about other parts of the world, but other European matches, they will punch the ball first. If there's a player challenging them, they'll punch the ball first, or they'll try and get it away rather than catch it.
But the thing is that whenever he smacks it out, right, he will smack it out in the right place. You can say the ball won't fall into the opposition half where they can get another shot. At the moment now, that's going well for him. But I don't know. Maybe we are so used to seeing the English goalkeepers, and what they do is to put it behind the back, right, for a corner or something else instead of putting it back into play. So let's see how that goes. But because
I'm not bitching about it. I just a minor little thing I've noticed. Yeah.
And it's a good thing that he can go down, right? Then the women will be happy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I need to get some music for this. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum.
Super big, he can go down. And will make the women happy.
Oh, fuck you know. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus.
It's good to be back.
Okay, then moving swiftly on. Nice weather. I'd say we took control in the second half.
For sure.
Yeah. After the first half, I was still a little bit worried that we didn't have that biting edge. But again, Maddison comes to the rescue. He chases the ball for the goalkeeper, who knocks it out to the left back, who misses it, and then it's a throw in. And then again, he puts the cross in, and there's, unfortunately for them, Joel Ward, because I actually quite like Joel Ward. He seems like a kind of nice stand-up bloke. Puts it in for an own goal. And then after that, I don't think there was really only one winner. What do we reckon, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I was saying earlier, we clearly got the message at halftime. It came out, and it was almost like everybody's on the same page. Like, we own this game, we own this stadium, we own your players, we own your misses. We own absolutely everything. You might own the referee, but even that ain't going to help you.
Nobody wants to own anything in Southeast London, mate. Seriously.
Unless it's Dulwich.
And for that goal, it was the reason we got that. The reason Ward put it in his own net is because we changed up a gear in terms of speed and pace and everything. We didn't do much different from what we normally do. We just changed and dictated the pace of play, and they just couldn't handle it. That's what happens when you can't handle speed. You lash out it, and it goes in your own net. And the pressure and everything that we did, and then just like that, we could turn it off, hold it down at the back. We're going to play around, do some pass and move, and it was just, we completely dominated the entire game from there on in. And it's like, you know, even if you had to equalise when you should have equalised, we would have gone and scored 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 if we wanted to, you know, completely.
Good to see them taking off Basuma as well in case he got booked for the Chelsea game. Yeah, that was quite a move. Yeah.
Højbjerg had a stinker though. He played well against Fulham, but he didn't play well against Palace. I didn't think.
Loose balls, yeah.
So many. Yeah, there were a number of loose passes. So.
Yeah.
I think Kulu's improved as well. He's doing a little moves and stuff that we know he's good for. You know, dropping the shoulder and turning and nutmegging and you know, getting past players instead of just approaching players and then passing it backwards like he used to do. Yeah. And again, it's obviously a confidence thing, isn't it? You know, confidence hasn't been there under previous managers, and he's improving slowly but surely. I think he's improving as slowly and steadily as he was declining in previous seasons.
I think his pace has picked up a bit as well.
And he's working really, really hard.
Yeah,
as well.
And surprisingly, right, you see everyone gets sub apart from him. He stays on to the end, Decky.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's got good fitness as well, which is
the fitness is there. Brilliant. I think that's why Ange trusts him to be, you know, and he can even take up the centre forward role if it's needed.
It needs to be,
it needs to be, right. Yeah. So I guess Decky is one of the players that, I mean, maybe a bit underrated that we don't see him that much, but I still feel he can do a bit more when he gets down to that byline and when he puts in that cross, right? It just has a bit more accurate and all that. So
yes,
that's one thing he needs to do. But work rate you can't fault him for that.
I think Emerson's a funny weird kind of addition to the squad because he's always going to be a squad player, isn't he? But he doesn't really fit in with the way we play at the minute because. You know, I don't think there's anyone that works harder than him when he comes on in terms of running to get the ball, running to retrieve balls, battling through, you know, taking on people and battling through. Because he's not the most technically gifted player, but you know he's going to go to the end of the earth and run through brick walls for you.
Yeah.
But in terms of this whole, like, you know, especially when we counter-attack or even when we build up, you know, the whole slick passing and everything, he really doesn't fit in that because he can't technically do it. I think he comes on, I think, when it's a case of, I think, you know, thinking ahead, he'll come on when we need to hold the game up, you know, when we're, you know, 3-0 up against Man City and we need somebody who's going to disrupt the play, you know.
That'd be nice.
At the moment, I see what Emerson is doing now. He, like you said, he's going to be a squad player, right? Because we didn't do much when Davis was on the left, and now Emerson's supposed to be on the right, but now I see him playing more on the left to cover the left hole that we have there, right? Until we get a proper left fullback to give Udogie a proper, you know, backup or competition and all that. I guess we will have to do with either Davis or Emerson. But to tell the truth, I'd rather pick Emerson over Davis unless Ange has got some kind of plan to keep Davis there until, you know, like play until 60th minute, bring in Emerson to disrupt the flow of the opponent's flow of the game and all that. Sadly to say, he still can't do the forward passing well.
That's the thing. That's what I mean. That's why Davis is there, because he's a straight passer. You know, he's more reliable in his passing, especially long balls and that kind of thing. Emerson, he just gets his head down, runs with the ball, and he'll run through 2 or 3 players and either get a free kick or just about manage to lay it off to one of our players. 2 completely different players. And to be honest, I'm not sure where Emerson was supposed to play because he just seems to be like running after everything.
I think Emerson's supposed to play King. Yeah.
Well, this is actually something that we were going to come on to because it was one of Kev's ideas. Davis, what is going to happen with him? So you just answered that question. What are your thoughts, Kev?
Well, in this setup we've got, I just think he's not good enough even as a backup. I don't think he's starting to show now. I think he's come to the end of his shelf life. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's horrible to say. He's been a great servant to the club. You know, but we're moving on. I mean, you have to be brutal. I've used that word already today. Like other teams do. They'll fill positions, you know. They'll get better. They go out there and get better. You know, Liverpool do it, Man United. Well, Man United buy anything you like, and it's not very good. But your Chelsea's and the past and Arsenal, they see a weak spot in their team, and even if it's only for cover, they'll have good cover.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to play as a centre back anymore, is he? Because he plays as a centre back in a back three, which I don't think. Well,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but Jens, you never know, Jens, right? If I give you a choice, let's say if Romero or VDV, touch wood, right, get injured, right? Would you either take Dyer or Davis? That's the scary part in your mind, you think, right?
Of course, Davis.
I'll go Phillips.
Yeah, me too.
Or Dorrington. No, I don't know. Yeah. I've seen those two guys play for the under-21s. They're not ready. They're really not ready. So between those two, I would probably go. Jesus, Davis.
That's why he's still there. I ain't gonna put Dyer on the pitch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But don't forget, right? Dyer wants to be on that pitch, right? He says when he dies, the ashes are going to spread over the pitch. So he still wants to be on that pitch.
I still don't understand that. His old man's an Everton fan. And he said he was an Everton fan, even though he grew up in Portugal or whatever. Yeah, maybe that's just pandering to the fans. So I don't know.
Get more sympathy so he can play, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. So the second goal for Spurs. Which I thought was a lovely bit of play by
beautiful
Johnson.
Move.
Yeah, really, real nice team goal.
How old is Johnson now?
22.
I mean, what incredible vision! Because he could have scored that. He could have scored that. It's a bit of an acute angle, but he's close enough to score it. Just slide it in. But even going rewinding back from that assist, that header. Which looked like a bit at the time. It looked like a bit of like a desperate kind of like let's keep this play, going. Well, it turned out to be incredible vision because as soon as he's headed it, he's landed and he's off and running. He knows exactly what he's going to do and where he needs to be. And the layoff. I mean, Son's in the middle of right by the penalty spot, and he's got all the time in the world because everybody's looking at Johnson thinking he's going to shoot.
I thought he would. Yeah.
And the vision to lay it off was phenomenal. And he could have scored later on in the game as well with that header, but he chose to nod it back across. And what a great player.
That was a bit too acute. That angle. Yeah. Having looked at it again, it looked a little bit too acute for him to score there. But I think it was a great idea.
It's like deflection as well.
No, but I think that is what I think what Simon is saying is very simple, right? Yeah. He should start building up that hunger for goals. You get what I'm saying? And even if you miss, it's okay. If you try to hit it, but whatever happens, right? Yeah.
Whose misses was that? Sorry.
Right. No, but what I feel at the moment, Johnson coming in, I guess I would rather take. I'll take him over Richarlison any time any time of the day. Yeah, I'll take him over Richarlison. That's the sad part about Richie. So
yeah. Okay, so moving on, the joke that is VAR. Am I the only one who I think there must be millions of people out there who thought that was a handball by Ayew for their goal.
Yeah, it was payback.
A bit biased, but even biased doesn't recognise that is a handball.
Yeah.
If he doesn't hit his arm, it comes off his chest and it goes out by the corner flag, and he has to go and run and retrieve it and try and bring it back in.
Yeah,
it runs off his arm, sits up nice, bangs it in.
Yeah, the arm was the assist, you see.
Yeah,
yeah.
The arm gets the assist.
Yeah.
When he put the goal, right? It'd be Ayew's arm is the assist, and then Ayew scores the goal.
Thing is, that gets called as a handball if the people in charge of VAR were better trained.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, let's just fucking better train the referees. Train the referees better. There's no need for VAR if we have a better quality of referee. If we have a Premier League level referee, which what it should be, they're just there's no pressure on them to be better at their job because they're completely now you can get fucking sent off just by saying you bang out of order or whatever, and it's a fucking joke. It makes me so angry. Yeah, no wonder Madison was up out of the bench and having to go at the fourth official for demonstrate. He was demonstrating, wasn't he, exactly how it was handball.
Yeah.
And he's watching that from the frigging bench. Like it's something needs to be done. But they're not accountable at all for the crap that they come out with. They just need to be better trained. It's just not good enough, and it's costing millions of pounds every year to clubs, and they don't give a shit.
But it's also making them. It's also making them millions of pounds because your Liverpools and your whoever come over and say, "Hey, have some money. That's very good. If we have a dodgy decision, you give it to us."
And you should say, and the truth, right? The accent should be in Southeast Asian accent.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. I was doing it in a Russian accent. Well, my attempt at a Russian accent, but sorry. Yeah,
in a Southeast Asian accent because I've always said this, right? They have already been bought out, so the results are all based on the narrative, and that's why I'm saying we're doing a double this season. Yeah, that's why we went to. That's why we went to Singapore this year.
You heard it here first.
Nice one. Yes. I'm going to clip that and I'm going to put it all over the internet. What do you think, Kev?
Allegedly.
I'm sick of it now. It's every time, and it's the usual suspects that gain from it.
Yeah.
Always. And it's the usual suspects that fall down. And lesser clubs, you seem to be always on the losing end of it as well,
Yeah.
And there's points at stake here, and there's places at stake, and there's titles at stake with the stuff that goes down,
Yeah.
It's a quite shame. I'm trying to think. It's Fatty, what's his name, that runs the VAR side of it, isn't it? I can't think of his name. Picked up referee in there. Chubby fella. What's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I know the one you mean, but yeah.
Yeah, Hackett was going on about him this morning on the Daniel Cup final. Oh, I can't remember his fucking name. Oh, never mind anyway, but...
Why didn't they tell him to go and have a look on the monitor anyway?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Why didn't they tell him to go and have a look on the monitor?
Yeah, that was odd, wasn't it?
No, they didn't.
They didn't want to theory, isn't it?
They won't want to put that pressure onto the referee, right? If he goes and look at the monitor and says it's not handball, right, then all the shit will lay on him.
Well, you have to handle that pressure.
That's what the referee's there for, to take the shit. Exactly. That's what he's there for. If you don't like it, don't become a referee. All of these guys seem to think that they're holier than thou, and oh yeah, look at me, I'm a referee, I can do what I want. You don't talk to me like that, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I can understand. I can understand that you don't want 10 players surrounding you, and it should be like in rugby union where only the captain talks to the referee.
Yeah.
But seriously, the way these guys stroll around like they're the main focus of attention. I don't go to watch a referee. I go to watch 22 men playing football, kicking a pigskin around. I don't go to watch the guy who's I can give cards and fuck off, wankers. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
No, you're absolutely right, and it's either one extreme or the other, isn't it? And it's like that guy, who hardly gets.
That wasn't aimed at you, by the way, Eugene. So.
Is too shit scared to get cards out at all, or one that just if you tire him, he'll book you.
Christmas cards, just sending it out. Yeah, no, but guys, the thing is that we see this VAR problem, right? Because I believe in the technology, right? Because the technology is not wrong, right? No, it's the people using the technology that's the problem.
Totally, yeah.
So that's how I see it. Because if that technology came in earlier, then maybe are we in our 4th year in VAR or 5th year in VAR now?
Yeah.
Is it that long? Bloody hell! I thought it was only 2 or 3. Well,
2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years. Yeah. 2 or 3 years. But you hope they improve year by year, right? Yeah. Instead, they regress. So I don't know. Like I said before, right? Singapore.
Yeah.
The way VAR is used perfectly is in American football. It's not a focus, but certain things automatically get every time they score, it automatically gets reviewed very, very quickly. There's no disruption to the flow of the play, and you should bring in what they have there, which is coach's challenge, which is each manager gets 2 challenges.
But Simon, I think the problem is that because football is a free-flowing game, right?
Yeah.
In American football, they're so used to it being stopped, right? Like I was watching the World Cup of rugby, right? You know, like you said, you know, the way they do it, and there are scenarios where the yellow card can be upgraded to a red card if they find, you know, the offense is, you know, mitigated and all that shit, right? And you can be kicked out. So I don't know. Being football fans, maybe we are so used to that flow of the game keep on going on, and whenever that's that stop, right, all the fans become, you know, oh, you know, come on, we need to find out faster.
Yeah,
and
this is embarrassing.
Yeah, and then this, and remember they were saying, I was watching what game yesterday?
Burnley, Bournemouth.
No, the Wolves game, was it? The last game?
Okay. Yeah. That's the last game,
and there was a VAR decision, and the crowd was saying, this is an embarrassment, this is an embarrassment. But the problem is that now they want to get it right. You get what I'm saying? So if you pressure the system for it to be quick, and when the decisions go wrong, they have to bear the brunt. If you try to get it right, like our handball, which they didn't, and it took so long, it makes them even look more stupid.
Yeah, but the thing is, in American football, it's very quick and it doesn't disrupt that often, and it hardly disrupts the game. And it's done very quickly, and there's very, 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 very rarely wrong. I can't remember last time it was wrong, and that's just because they've trained better people to do the job.
Simon, they've been doing it for 20 years, 30 years, you know, since the history of their football. I mean, since they had that technology, they've been doing it for so long. We, you know, EPL, right? They're even supposed to be, you know, the semi-automated offside thing that they have, that they use in the World Cup and all that, or whatever. It's being used in whole of Europe, and we don't even implement that. I don't understand why, right?
Yeah.
Are they not willing to spend the money for the technology, or what? Who are we going to blame for that, right?
Yeah. It's a very
John Moss was the name, by the way. John Moss. Right. He's running VAR.
Well, he was a wanker when he was a ref, wasn't he? So
took him 5 minutes to do that offside decision yesterday. 5 minutes, 27 seconds.
Burnley versus Bournemouth with Jay Rodriguez, wasn't it? It was a joke. I was watching a match today last night. It was green, then it was red, then it was green, then it was red. They kept drawing these lines, and I swear that the blokes that do it have been down the pub beforehand. He's like, I'm not really sure how this is.
No. Is there another color for this? Right?
Exactly. Can I draw a smiley face? It's like, fuck off. Just unbelievable. But,
that's true.
Anyway.
That's true. Yeah. But, yeah.
Okay. So, man of the match.
Van der Ven, our new centre half. Mickey Van der Ven for me. Absolutely phenomenal. Just pretty much flawless. I think
I'm going to be controversial and go the same as Simon.
And me.
Yeah.
Okay. Since everyone is going to be Van der Ven, I'll go Super Vic again.
If Van der Ven wasn't playing, it would have been Eric Dyer for just remaining on the bench and not getting up.
Oh dear! Don't put that into my mind.
Eric Dyer. He was outstanding though, wasn't he? I mean, he is faster. As the guy on the Dutch television stream that I was watching said, he's faster than probably all of the attackers in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So
and he did go down right early. Yeah, that really gave me a scare.
No, that's Vicario. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. That's why he's man of the match. Yeah.
The amazing thing is about Van der Ven, right? Even when he gets not there's probably a different word, but not caught out, but even when like the attackers get ahead of him, it's because we're trying to play the offside trap, and we've now got a defender when the offside trap doesn't work, either because we've fucked it up or the linesman's crap. We've got a defender now that can get back and remedy that no problem whatsoever.
Yeah,
and
get the ball.
Ideal, perfect scenario for a defender. Brilliant.
Yeah,
and that was what Eugene was saying earlier. I think Van der Ven was the one who came out and said, Postecoglou says we need to play like this, and if we make a mistake or two, it happens. You know, but he gives us the confidence to try it, to knock the ball around at the back and push up a little bit further. And then if an attacker does break past our offside trap, then I'm there to sweep up. So yeah,
and he makes Romero a better defender as well, because
you can't do that.
Because Van der Ven does so much. Romero, when Romero struggles, it's because he's got too much to do. And pressure on that. And Romero can now, because he's got that weight taken off him, he can now do what he does best, which is run 20 yards in 3 seconds and put in a crunching tackle, and it puts a clean tackle, and just go back to he's got really good positional awareness as well, and just to be there to block shots and get it out when they thought they were in, and all this kind of stuff. And it makes for an ideal pairing, really. Van der Ven, you see him with the ball, especially when he's striding forward as well, and he's just so in control, and he's just like, it's just the boss of that defense there, and it's just beautiful to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, then, next up, we're going to review Spurs versus that unsavoury lot in West London.
A long way away, isn't it? Monday week, tomorrow week.
Yeah.
We got 9 days, 8 days before the next game comes up.
Yeah. So that's nice, because I think a few players did get knocks in the Palace game.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit of rest, a little bit more training, a little bit more. You're all right, mate. It's always going to help. But some questions that John, who unfortunately couldn't join us today, LJ. Johnny Einstein, because he's playing football. He put some questions up. Will you welcome Pochettino back?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He hasn't done anything nasty. He gave us a lot of excitement.
It's not his fault, right? It's his fault. But not his fault.
Someone, Mickey Hazard posted on Twitter. It'll be nice to see Pochettino back, etc. He did a lot for the club. And some bloke retweeted it and said, look at the state of this bloke. And you can pretty much guarantee that he's someone who's been following us for 5 minutes, doesn't know who Mickey Hazard is. And plays FIFA every day and expects us to win the Champions League every year.
Yeah, I fully expect there'll be probably about in the whole stadium, probably about 20 twats like that who will try and boo, and they'll immediately get drowned out by the cheers. But I'm going to play devil's advocate here. He's gone to Chelsea. He knows that Chelsea, they're not one of our biggest rivals on the pitch. They never have been. We were either completely ahead of them or miles behind them. But off the pitch, they always have been. And the lads have always liked to fight with Chelsea. And they sing about Auschwitz. They sing "We Hate Tottenham" every single game. Pochettino claims to love Tottenham, yet he goes to manage that lot. Discuss. Well, the thing is, I mean, we could find a reason wrong for any club that he went to. Well, most clubs he went to.
I'd only find Arsenal, West Ham, and Chelsea. I wouldn't be bothered about any of the rest of them.
Yeah, but if he'd have gone to Newcastle, for example, it'd have been like, you're just being.
Couldn't give a shit. I don't have a rivalry with Newcastle. I don't care about them. I'm not having a pop or anything, Simon. I'm just saying that these are one of our biggest rivals.
I mean, you could find. That's what I mean. Like, you could find a reason to. Choose. You got to choose to slag him off for a reason, but. I think looking back from his point of view, we'll consider where he was, and I think he was desperate to get back in the Premier League and manage a team. So, he probably that was, I think, probably overriding any kind of rivalry reason. I think he was just desperate to get away from where he was and back.
Nothing to do with the money.
Oh dear, what does
it was opportunities, wasn't it? No one was wanting a manager at that time.
Right? Poch left, right? He wasn't. I mean, he was sacked, right? And then he had to go through the shit with what he did to him, right? But and then ending up in Chelsea, I can't blame him, because more or less there was more or less one of the opportunities that came up to him, right? If Newcastle came up to him and asked him, offered him the job, would he have taken it? I'm not sure, because I think he's very, very embedded in London, if I'm not mistaken, right? The family still lives there, so he would have chosen London over a lot of other clubs. But of course, like I say, money talks, right? You will walk to wherever you go. But being given the chance, right, he's there now. For me, I see that he's actually jumped into a hot cauldron of shit that he's in now, right? Oh, yeah. He has to sort out, and the performance that's been put up and all that, I don't know whether he can actually survive that thing, and whether the owners over there will give him time to actually integrate that squad that they have, right? And at the moment now, all I can say is that just long we beat them on Monday, right? We'll still love him, right? Just long we beat them, right? Yeah.
Well, it looks really bad for him. I have to say, I don't know half the players in their team anymore.
No.
Yeah.
They've brought so many players in, and I know Reece James has been out recently, but obviously I didn't watch the whole match. Against Brentford, they should have spanked him. The amount of chances that Chelsea had. And Brentford hit him on the break.
But isn't that his record this beginning of this season? They've been creating chances like crazy, but just not putting it behind the net. Yeah. Well, but before the Brentford game, they were building up some momentum, right?
Yes.
I thought, okay, now we'll see, what's happening. But I have to tell the truth, right? They should have gone and just bought Harry Kane, that's all.
I'm not sure he would have went there, but yeah.
No, I'm saying that,
that would never happen.
There was a stat came out yesterday saying that Brentford have won more games at Stamford Bridge than Chelsea have in a certain set period of the last 7 months or something, because they beat them twice there.
Yeah, they've got a whole.
Thomas Frank has won more games at Stamford Bridge than Frank Lampard and Mauricio Pochettino combined, apparently.
Oh dear.
That's an unbelievable stat. I don't know if it's true.
I kind of feel sorry for Poch, really. He must be scratching his head going, I don't know what I can do it. Because I think if it's always better hindsight, of course, but I think if he knew what was going to happen, he would never have taken the job on, to be honest.
Well, I think it's a poison chalice.
Yeah.
It's a bit like
Spurs.
I mean, yeah, okay, Tottenham's a shit show. Levy is a shit show, but
the old Spurs, yeah, not the new Spurs.
Well, yeah. But the Todd Bowley he's playing Football Manager, isn't he? He's like, God, did you see that game in Football Manager when this Jackson guy scored a goal from the halfway line? I'm signing him.
Yeah.
What's he done? Absolutely.
But guys, don't be surprised, right? January they may just go all out for Osimhen or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, very possible. But then again, would he really want it? Well, I suppose it's all about the money, isn't it? That's
I did actually spot one hiring and firing manager decision that was actually like a worse situation than Chelsea at the minute. Birmingham City. Shall we sack our manager who's got us undefeated so far and bring in
was that Gary was that Rowett?
Household name Wayne Rooney. Whose previous managing experience up till last week was DC United in America. Shall we bring him in to lead our team onwards? Yeah, let's do that. What a good idea.
I have to say,
oh shit, we've lost 3 on the bounce.
I've heard Rooney. I heard Rooney on the radio yesterday, and he talks a good game, and he's actually quite understandable, which surprised me because I always thought he was a thick as absolute shit and muttered like a Neanderthal. But he actually he was talking a good game, and he seems to have matured quite a lot. And yeah, I don't know if he's going to be the best manager. I don't know if he talks like that to his players, but in the press,
but he's clearly rehearsed some stuff for the media then, because he's lost 3 on the bounce and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. If he knew what he was doing, he wouldn't have been over at DC United, would he?
But guys, don't talk too much, right? 10 years time, he could be our manager.
Yeah.
Out.
You never know.
Yeah.
No, but guys, the other one was the manager is the one I found very weird, right? The Gary O'Neill and the Irabola guy, that the Bournemouth switch with the Wolves one.
Yes.
Right. And look where's Bournemouth and where's Wolves now. So,
well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's I don't know if this is definitely true, but it's been it has been happening an awful lot in the Premier League.
Oh, we're losing you, Jens. We're losing you. There we go.
Oh,
no, it's still here.
We're all good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm still here. I apologise. But it happens quite a lot, it seems, in English football. You have a decent, solid English manager, and if they don't get you promoted or they don't get you into Europe, oh, let's go and get a sexy named foreign manager. And he's gone to Wolves and he's doing a decent job. I think he's a decent manager, Gary O'Neill. I don't think he's ever going to pull up many trees. But
yeah, he's a nice guy as well. I worked for Middlesbrough when he was captain Middlesbrough, proper professional, real kind of like really nice guy, but real kind of the ultimate professional,
Right, yeah. That's good to hear, and I wish him good luck. And he always, I loved his interview on Match of the Day yesterday, where he was saying these guys are getting these decisions wrong, and I'm trying to talk to them. They don't want to talk to me. So in the future, I'm not going to talk to them. They don't talk to me because they're rubbish, and walked off. Just concise and to the point. Moving on, we discussed this earlier. Would you start Richie?
No.
No.
I was going to say this is my predicted lineup: Vicario, Porro, Romero, VDV, Emerson, Bissouma, Sarr, Cooley, Maddison, Johnson, and Son.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, get it. If Udoji comes back, right, then he'll take. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Has anyone seen how long he's out for?
No, they have not said right anything about Udoji's strain or injury and all that. So that's the weird part.
I'd replace Emerson with Højbjerg, and just because Højbjerg is capable of doing that link-up passing play that we like to do, which leads to goals. Emerson isn't.
But does Højbjerg have the speed?
No, but he puts through, like against Fulham, he puts through good through balls from midfield. It's good strength and hold and play through. He gets it right more often than not. No, he's not the quickest and everything, but we've got other people along that line that are exceptionally quick who'll make up for that. So it's not a problem. He's got really good vision, Højbjerg. Emerson doesn't. He just gets his head down, doesn't look up, and we either get a free kick or we get an accidental ricochet and it goes in our favour. Emerson's great at winning the ball back, wresting control and disrupting the play, like I said earlier, but that's not how we want to start. I don't think we want to start.
Where's he going to play? You're going to play Højbjerg at left back?
Yeah.
No.
Because, or do you want to go three at the back and then I don't know.
Well, you could stick him in the middle because Sarr's all over the place, isn't he? So, Sarr will be roaming constantly like he normally does. So we'd have Højbjerg, Bissouma, Kulu's a bit further up, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Maddison in the middle, yeah.
Okay.
Johnson and Son up front. Well, Johnson, Son and Kulu up front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. So what do we reckon for the Chelsea game then? Seeing as we don't have a great record against them.
Well, the weird thing is, I reckon they're going to be so frustrated, and Poch will be like so impressive on them, like I would love to win this game kind of thing. I think we're in danger of, like, what's the word? When you lose like a few on the bounce, and then you play the next game, it's like then you go out and thrash them 4-0 kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember the bloody word, but I think we're in danger of that. I think they're like, not knowing our luck. This will be the start of their, comeback kind of thing. Where they get 7 wins on the fucking trot.
Simon, you have to get that Dr. Tottenham thing out of your head. What I'm going to see, right, is very simple, right? Chelsea are going to come at us because they it's the kind of team that will come at you, right? And we usually do well with teams that come at us, and the game will be exciting. It will be back and forth, and hopefully we won't concede. But I do see we will concede because most probably we'll be 3-0 up by the time we concede. That's all.
Well, it'll either be that, or they'll be so worried about their recent form and obviously playing us that they'll just park the bus the whole game, just be defensive the whole game.
Nah, I don't think Poch will do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
That'd be a factor as well. It's at home. So.
No, but have they actually parked the bus, Kev? You know, that's my question. I don't think they've parked the bus all this season. So
No.
They'll come at us.
But he probably thinks that, you know what, you can't go from all these poor performances and then they literally the next week start winning 2-0 and stuff. You have to kind of like go from playing really badly to not losing before you start winning. So, you know, there's a whole let's be defensive and shut them out and at least try and get a draw. You know,
I think
that's something to prove, won't he? He doesn't want to lose this game. He wants to prove it, you know.
Yeah,
prove to the owners that, you know, why you missed me. But what I'm saying is that they were in that position, right, earlier in the season, because they did have a couple of bad games. They lost. Then after that, they drew a few games, and then they won a few games, right? Because I thought they would keep that momentum, especially at home against Brentford. But somehow or another, the wheels fell off. Right now, they're coming to Spurs, and we are at home. Are we? We are at home, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are at home. So I guess the way the style that he plays, he ain't gonna sit back, because I don't think he has that in his DNA to sit back to play sit back games and all that. So he will come at us. And the only thing is that what you said, Simon, right, is just in case, right, they will call the fight back kind of mentality they have. You know, they've lost at home, and you know, and we're playing Spurs, you know, and all of a sudden, if they are not to say that they're not creating chances, they're just not putting it behind the net, into the net.
They're not putting it in.
Into the net, right? They're putting it behind the net, but not into the net. All right. So if that clicks, right, I guess, you know, we'll be on for a good show, because I believe that every time that even we've gone down, we always come back. So let's see how many times we can go down and, you know, down and down.
You can't help yourself, can you, Eugene? Seriously.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Somebody said we've played 10 games. Drew the first one 2-2, won 4. Drew the 2-2 with Arsenal, won the next 4. So I really don't want to see a draw. I want to see a win, you know.
Yeah. So what Kev, you're saying is going to be another 2-2?
I hope not. But fake, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the end of the world, but you know, I mean, Liverpool already talking about if they win their games in hand like today and next week, they'll be top before we play again.
Yeah.
Of course, we're forgetting the one person who's going to be a major factor. Who's the referee going to be?
Well,
very good question. I don't think that's been called as yet.
No, not yet.
It would probably be what's his name, Abramovich.
With a wig and glasses on.
So they'll call him Abramovich. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, just looking at the.
Anybody got any last words for Jens? So.
Duh. But looking at the football app that I have on my phone, it only said that Udogie was doubtful for yesterday. So there's definitely a possibility he'll be back for next Monday. Yeah. So that would be very nice.
Yep. I'll be more confident if we have him there.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
If you have Emerson or Davis there, I'll be really, really scared, because you know what we can do.
Okay, so let's move on to something a little bit different. Or do you want to do predictions, scores?
Quick predictions. I think it will be exactly like the Palace game, and most that Chelsea will be able to do to us is create half chances and blast it into the crowd. I know you said you liked Ward from Palace, but you know, like he had one of their few shots on target and blasted it into a row 58. So I think it'll be more or less exactly the same. And I think we'll win. I think we'll keep a clean sheet this time, because they're going to be taking half chances of shots in and around the edge of the penalty area. We've got the players who are really good at charging down shots, you know, before they become a thing. So I think we'll be a complete shutout, and I think it'll be a nice 3-0 win. And if we have a word with Poch very, very nicely, maybe he'll take Richie away with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Dyer. Please take Dyer.
Yeah, well.
No, I like Poch. I like Poch. I wouldn't want Dyer. I wouldn't wish Dyer on the worst enemy.
Well, apparently Harry Kane wants Dyer to go and join him at Bayern Munich. So
go, boy. Go.
You never know, do you? We might be lucky. But
I'll go for 3-1. 3-1 from me.
Yeah.
Okay. 3-0 up and 3-1 at the end. They'll get a late consolation.
Eugene?
That's right. I said the same thing too, right? 3 goes up and give him a consolation. Yeah,
I'm going for 1-0 Spurs.
Ah.
I think we'll play really well and hit him on the break in the second half.
Yeah. Is it going to be a difficult 1-0 or cruising?
I think it is, because having looked at them over the last few games, they do create an awful lot of chances. And don't forget, this is the place. Well, not the exact place, but they used to call it a 3-point lane. We didn't beat them since 1995 until 2007. That was, I think, it's one of the longest runs, and they still have that over us, even when they're playing crap. They still have the confidence because it's only Tottenham.
Yeah,
so,
but the thing is, though, we're going to know that, like especially Ange.
We've known that for years.
And in terms of them creating chances, I mean, like, we're going to look at how they create chances, and we know they're not going to score. They don't score those chances, but even so, Ange will be like, I don't want him even creating them half chances. I don't want him even creating that, and he'll organise everybody to have that. And let's not forget, it's Poch at the end of the day, but he doesn't know most of the players in the team. He doesn't have that previous manager advantage of knowing most of our players, because we've changed them so much. So, and it's a completely different style of play as well, of course, from the Harry Kane era. So Poch won't have a clue how to deal with this. Yeah,
I still don't think that really matters, because it's been happening for so many years with so many different managers and so many different players. I just think they have a psychological boost over us. Yeah. But anyway, let's move on to something a little bit different. Something which I find really interesting. I've been racking my brains, and I'm still not sure about it. And don't get too excited. It's nothing amazing, but when Bentancur, Sarr, Maddison, and Basuma are all fit, who starts?
Yeah.
That was a
the truth, right? I think Bentancur coming in. A lot of people saying he'll come in November, but he's I think ahead of schedule. But I don't think he came on in the last few minutes against Palace, but I don't think Ange will rush him back too quickly, right? I think the Sarr, Maddison, Bissouma.
But what I mean is when they're all fit. So we're not.
What I'm saying is that at this moment, what I see is that Bentancur will still play the sub role until when the January period comes, when they are, Sarr and Bissouma goes off, right? So I think Bentancur will be assimilated fully with Maddison. And the sad part is that we will be having Højbjerg there with them.
I think looking at that, Bentancur and Maddison are almost identical in terms of the type of player they are, and I think you've got to have one or the other. It's whoever's the momentum with at the time, isn't it? All players have a drop off of form, so we're lucky enough there to have a backup. I know we were saying how vital players like Udogie are and what a difference they make, but do you know what? Any one of them or Udogie or anybody gets injured or has a drop off in form, we've got now amazing players to come on and fill that slot.
I don't think that we have at left back though. I know you said back, but I really think we need a new left back and a new centre back.
Yeah.
The problem is that who's going to want to come in and play second fiddle? Because Udogie's going to be first name on the sheet as left back, and centre back it's going to be Romero and Van der Ven. You know that these players are going to get injuries, and you know that we're going to have to. But really good players. Sorry,
we have a lot of games coming up in December. I think there's 8 games, 9 games, something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
That many, bloody hell.
Yeah.
So that will be our test, because I think if we pass that test, right, then it'll be a much easier flow to the end of the season, because we are still out of Europe, right? So that cuts a lot of games out. So I think that winter period, right, that will be the ultimate, test for us. But and then of course we have our January transfer window, and let's see our friend here will do the right thing, right? If he doesn't,
Ryan Nelson and Louis Saha.
Oh yeah. Let them go down.
Bring him out of retirement. Come on. Yeah, sorry.
I think the dead cert, the first dead cert out of those four there, for me is Sarr. He's too invaluable all over the pitch. His endless energy. He never stops. He never gets tired. And he's an all-round, pretty much perfect player. And yeah, he's too invaluable, I think.
I'd say Basuma. I think Sarr does, as you say, he's a great player, but he does lose the ball occasionally. He's still very young, still quite inexperienced, but an absolutely brilliant player. But Basuma, okay, against Palace, he wasn't great. But usually, sometimes he reminds me a little bit of Moussa Dembele. He's not quite the ball doesn't stick to his foot as much. But
the thing with Basuma at the moment now, right? He's picking up too many yellow cards again.
Yeah, that's true.
And the thing is, I think
still on 4, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still on 4. Yeah,
but that's the good thing. We didn't get one yesterday on Friday. So
that's why I think what Ange saw is that there was a bit of hesitancy in Basuma yesterday because he has that 4th yellow card in his mind. Because if he gets that yellow card, right, he won't play the Chelsea game. So I think at this moment in time, maybe he will have to pick up that 5th yellow in the Chelsea game, right?
Yes.
To at least get that out of the system. If not, Chelsea
going to make sure he does.
Yeah, Chelsea will. Chelsea will make sure he does.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm really hoping that he does a karate kick on Reece James's face and gets sent off, just to see the state of Reece James's face afterwards.
But Reece James ain't even playing.
He played yesterday.
He played yesterday?
He did, yeah.
He shouldn't be playing. That's why they lost. Bring him on.
What do we think to Bentancur's little last few minutes against Palace?
That the deflection off him outside the area almost set up that a last minute equaliser for that Brazilian guy. But yeah, he's still a bit rusty. And I still think he looked pretty decent on the ball. I wouldn't agree with you, Simon, that he's the same player as Maddison. I think Maddison's a bit more on the front foot, whereas Bentancur can be on the front foot, but he's also brilliant in defence. I'm not sure I play Bentancur in Maddison's position. I think he's too valuable in the centre midfield rather than as an attacking midfielder. But I think there's still a long way to go for him. It's a big injury. An ACL is a big injury. A lot of players don't come back the same after that.
Yeah.
And I've only watched him for 5 minutes, so I think he looks okay. But
I think Brian Gill gave a better few minutes because they came on at the same time, didn't they?
Yes. Well, I think Hill came on just afterwards or just before.
The thing with Bentancur is that it'll take time, right? They say just 5 minutes he play. So I guess Ange will be, doing the first 5 minutes of one game. Then maybe he'll put in 15 minutes, right? And then the 20th minute, right? Then whoever gets injured, then maybe he'll get his chance, or whoever gets a yellow card, a problem, right? Because I do see the Basuma being missing one of the upcoming games, right? Because I just saw we're going to play Chelsea, then after the Wolves, right? The next 2 games, I mean, Chelsea's at home. Wolves away. Wolves ain't going to be easy. That's how I see it. The way Wolves play, right? Yeah. So that's.
I prefer to lose. I prefer to have Basuma for the Chelsea game because it's a derby game and it's going to be a bit heavier than the Wolves game. Who knows?
But to tell the truth, right? I think even at this point of time, even if Basuma can't play, right? I don't think Ange will start Bentancur, Sarr, and Maddison. He'll still use Højbjerg.
Yeah.
He'll still use Højbjerg.
Well, I know you're not very keen on him, but I still think he can do a job. He blows hot and cold.
Yeah. I think Højbjerg, right? If he's there as a squad player, right, coming in as a sub, right, or some players get injured, he gets to play the full 90 minutes. that's what suits him. But the problem is that in his mind, he wants to play all the time, because if you see Højbjerg, right, at Spurs, he has not played, right, a single game under Nuno, and Nuno, I think Jose, Nuno, and Conte is the how I see it. At this moment in time, when Ange comes along, he's sidelined. So
yeah, well, he's not really. I don't think he's really suited to the system.
Yeah,
yeah. But so we've got Chelsea, Wolves away, Villa at home. That's going to be a tough one as well. Yeah. City away, West Ham at home.
Oh, City will be easy, right?
Of course. Newcastle away, Newcastle at home, Nottingham Forest away, Tottenham at home on the 23rd of December. So we got a relatively easy, Everton at home.
I was going to say.
On the 23rd of September. So December. So I think that we've got a half decent, easy one in December.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So
yeah, take every game as it comes.
Do you know? I've just been thinking, looking at those four there. I wonder if if you put yourself in Ange's head. I wonder if you're keeping Basuma on the bench and not playing him because of those 4 yellow cards.
No, I think we need to get that suspension out of the way as quick as possible.
Yeah. We have to get that out of the way.
It's almost if you play him, it's almost guaranteed that he's gonna get the yellow card.
Yeah.
So,
that's playing against Chelsea. Playing against Chelsea.
Make it tactical.
And then against Wolves, we'll have to take our chance because Wolves are playing half decent, but Newcastle aren't well beaters yet, are they? I'm sure they will be in a couple of seasons. And Wolves were kind of lucky.
We're playing Wolves away, right? Yeah, so if they're home, right, they'll come at us. So I'll prefer teams that come at us. That gives us more chance to play our game, right? I don't like teams when they sit back and low block us because somehow or another, when I see teams low block us, right, we still can't find that key to open the door.
Oh, it's so difficult.
There's something missing there, yeah.
Yeah, it's so difficult. I mean, even with Ericsson,
we just done it against Palace. That's how it led to the first goal. We can do it whenever we want.
Yeah, well,
that's Palace, right?
Yeah, Wolves seem to be a little bit better than Palace, and I don't know. It all depends who turns up on the day.
What was the player that got injured yesterday? He's going to be out for a while, isn't he?
Who's that? Sorry,
Wolves
Neto. Yeah, Neto. He's one of their best.
Oh, Neto's injured. Yeah, so that's one of the attacking options that they can lose.
So that's a bit of a bonus.
Oh, he's got a hamstring. That guy's going to be out a long time.
Yeah.
Okay,
so moving swiftly on. Under 18s and under 21s, top of the league, just like us. The under 21s beat Sunderland 4-2 yesterday, with Sunset Bell scoring 1. George Abbott, who's a defensive midfielder, popping up with 2, and Lancashire scoring 1. And so that means we're 5 points clear of the under 21s league table as well. Before
same as the senior team.
The under 18s played Chelsea yesterday. We went 1-0 up. We went 2-0 down. We got back to 2-2. Then went 3-2 down, and then we scored a winner in the 94th minute, which again takes us top of the under 18 league as well.
For fuck's sake. I've got the under 18s highlights on YouTube queued up to watch. I don't know any fucking spoilers.
Oh, sorry about that, Simon. I do apologise. I won't tell you who scored. Is that all right? But yeah, it's all everything's looking bright. Everything's looking lily white. So yeah.
Nice. Whitewash.
Okay then, chaps. I think we've come to the end now. It's an hour and a half in. Does anyone have any other business they want to discuss?
Did you hear about Luis Diaz family?
Oh,
yeah. Sorry? Who?
Yeah.
Luis Diaz.
His parents were kidnapped in Colombia or wherever they are.
Uruguay, isn't he?
Wherever he is, yeah. They were kidnapped, but there's been a shootout and they've both been rescued now.
Bloody hell.
I think they let the mother out first, right? And they were still looking for the father, something like that.
Yeah, and they've got him. They've freed him now. There's 2 dead. 2 people dead. Yeah, probably the hostage takers. I don't know. What a thing. What a place to be, eh?
Yeah.
Colombia, right?
Yeah. Was it Colombia? I thought he was Uruguayan. Louis
Diaz, Colombia.
He's Colombian, isn't he? Okay. Yeah. Right. Oh, that's
the land of white powder.
I wouldn't know. Oh, sorry. Anything else, Simon, Eugene? Anything you'd like to?
No, I think we've covered everything. I think.
We're gonna win the double. That's all.
That'd be nice.
If we win the double, I'm going to start calling you Big Nick, Bill Nick.
Guys, I've got to dash off. It's my missus calling me on the phone. So
okay, mate. Yeah.
All right.
Take it easy.
Now, that's all right.
Nice
sorry, guys. Thanks for a good show today, by the way, lads. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Nice to see you, Kev. Enjoy the pub.
Enjoy your camper van.
Bye.
Yeah. Shut up. Bye. Where can I get out? I don't know. Mute.
I'll do it. It's fine. Okay then, chaps. Does anyone have any channels to plug? Eugene, are you still doing yours? Is Jamie still about? I haven't seen him in ages.
Jamie has taken a hiatus. I haven't seen him some time. He's having, he has to live his life and all that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've taken a sabbatical. Like I told you, right? I'm supposed to be doing more shows, but somehow or another got lazy and more lazier. I guess I haven't done a show in such a long time. That's why when you send that message out, I said I must get back on, right? And
it's great to see.
When it's with Jens, and Jens is fun, right? And we can talk about things going down, going up, right? And we're gonna win the double, right? But guys, if you're watching this later, please subscribe to Jens' channel RVTV. Do you know how hard is it to find RVTV on YouTube? Right?
Oh, that's because there's so many
RVTVs, I put RVTV search, it was like 1,000 lists of RVTVs. Come on, Jens.
I'm going to have to change the name because I didn't realize, obviously, RV is something that they talk about with cars and stuff like that in the States, isn't it? So maybe I'll change it to Ricky V TV. That will probably be easier.
Or maybe Rickville or something like that, right?
Yeah, Rickville. Yeah.
Rickville. But guys, don't forget that you subscribe to Jens, right? Nice meeting him back again for such a long time. Actually, we haven't done a show together like in 1.5 years.
I'd say it's something like that. Yeah, I think it was a cup game last time we did one.
Yeah, we used to do our watch-alongs and all that, right? But because Spurs Vision TV, the only Malaysian Spurs channel running at the moment, right? I'll do a show when I want to do a show, guys. I don't care.
High five!
I'll try to get back in the saddle, right? A lot of my regular guests keep messaging me, are you gonna do a show? Yeah, I said, nah, not
you always used to have some great guests. I used to really enjoy it. It was brilliant.
Yeah. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was. And I'm sure it can be again. And let me know if oh, right. Okay. Simon, anything to plug?
No, I'm all good.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'd like to say good afternoon to everybody, and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you
Spurs. TV out.